Hello, and how are you doing today? Today I want to show you how we cook ugali in Kenya. It is our national dish. It's eaten in all parts of Kenya. Our families, they eat ugali. I don't think there's any home where they go without eating ugali within a week. And you cook it with the maize flour, ground from the dry maize. Look at my Mukimo video about the maize. When it's dry, we grind it into flour. And we boil our water. Once it has bubbled, you add the flour and you stir with a wooden stick called mwiko. Mwiko in Kiswahili. This mwiko is all over in Kenya known as mwiko. And you cook the porridge first, a thick porridge, to almost to a level of it being ready. And then you keep adding flour little by little because you don't want to add all of it at once. It may become too much, more than the water for the water. So it's good also to keep adding little by little because that way it is manageable. As you can see, initially you keep stirring vigorously. The initial stages of making ugali is what determines whether the ugali will be good or bad. And the initial stages are quite vigorous. You keep stirring frequently, the way you can see, and also measuring the consistency of the ugali, that is the stiff porridge, if I may call it so. You add the flour and you want to ensure that all of it is soaked in so that the end product will not have low flour. And also you ensure that it cooks. You have to keep turning so that whatever is at the bottom comes up, and you give it a bit of time to cook a little. Otherwise, if you don't stir like this, the maize flour will not cook, it will be raw. And even if you kept it in the fire for the whole day, it will not cook, it will still be raw. So this is a very crucial stage of making sure that the water is boiled. You frequently, at very close intervals, stir the way you can see and matching it, pounding it the way you can see it. And when I was cooking this ugali, I think I underestimated the amount of water. I ended up having a very big ugali. The pot was a bit small. So I had to use my skill to ensure that it was not boiling, and I was skillfully turning it, you can see, so that whatever was at the bottom comes up, whatever was at the top goes down for it to cook. And I was sending the unga even towards the middle of the cooking because where I come from, central Kenya, and also in parts of western Kenya, let's say continental Kenya, we prefer our ugali more solid, more stiff. And you go to places like the coastal strip of Kenya, they prefer very light ugali. Yeah, ours, we prefer it very stiff so that it makes one very full. And also when it's stiff, it forms a very nice crust at the bottom. So once I was sure that was the consistency which I was looking for, and ugali was now almost cooking, I kept turning slowly, and as you can see, I reduced my intervals of turning the ugali. I learned how to cook ugali when I was a small child. My father would request that I make the ugali that day, and I was just a small girl. Because I'm quite thorough in the way I turn, I make sure that it takes long on the fire to form that crust, which is really loved by many people. And I remember we used to fight for the crust. A little bit about how ugali became the national dish. You saw that we used to have our own grains. We never had maize. We had our jahes, our bushe, and climbing beans. We used to cook them with the green bananas and root crops like arrowroots, yams, and sweet potatoes. And maize entered in the early 19th century. And we found a way of not just eating maize but to grind it. And at that time, we used to grind the flour traditionally, in traditional methods. We had stones, which we used to call yiganadeo. One big stone at the bottom, a flat stone, and a small one, which we used to grind. You kneel and you keep the stone between, and then you grind the maize, or you pound it, whereby men would get a big tree stump and gouge out the center to make a hollow place. And then you put the maize there and you pound it with another heavy blunt wood. And it was very tedious. People used to pound it when they are two. It was a communal activity. I remember seeing my grandmother doing that, and I tried. It was very hard because remember it's hard maize which is dry. Back to my ugali, you can see now it has formed a nice crust. This is what I was looking for. It also is it is a signal that your ugali is actually cooking well. And I said that we used to fight for it at home. And what happened, because we are many, it became like a roaster kind of thing, whereby when my mother gives you today the pot to go and eat those, next time it will be another person. It was delicious and I loved it. So what I'll do, I'll target the person who doesn't quite care much about it, and I would wait for their day and exchange something which I did not like, and they would give me their crust. And also maybe that's why I most of the time preferred to cook, because you know when you are cooking, there's some benefits you get in the kitchen. Yeah, you'll be getting your crust here and there before even the ugali is ready. And here I wanted to incorporate it into the ugali. You can see I'm using a spoon to get it out from the pot and incorporating it. That way the ugali will be crunchy. It will be it gives it like a very roasted kind of taste, which is very good. And once the ugali has formed, the crust is cooked and it's time to serve. And I served it. We normally serve it from the pot. We get the number of plates of the people. We never used to have like a dining table. You just get the plates and put portions depending on who you're putting for. Like your parents, of course, you put more. The smaller child gets less. In this case, I used a small bowl to shape it. This is the way they do it in restaurants, because actually ugali is eaten in restaurants in Kenya and even across the world. And you cannot say you've come to Kenya without tasting the ugali. We are farmers, agriculturists, so mainly our dishes comprise vegetables, things which we grow in the garden. We are Bantus. We keep a few animals, and rarely do animals get slaughtered for meat, because animals are kept for religious ceremonies and sacrifices, or ceremonies including childbirth, where you celebrate circumcision or wedding. And in this case, I served the ugali with cabbage. Fried my cabbage, and you can see the way you eat. You got your whole inside and you put. You can also enjoy it with fermented milk. That's how my grandmother used to do it. I hope you try cooking the ugali and give me feedback. Goodbye.